Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another LEGO video. Today, we're going to be building a brand new freight car. And we're going to be making a refrigerated box car. So let's get started. Now, before we get started, just want to clarify that this has been a long-awaited project. I've been wanting to do this since March or April of earlier this year, so yeah. And I'll also be making modifications to this box car here too. As you see, I already made some, but I'll be making much more. But for now, let's get started on the refrigerated box car. So the first thing you're gonna need is a wheelbase, the chassis, whatever. So I'm gonna build it like a tutorial, except I don't have I haven't really made this before, exactly. So yeah, you just follow along with me. So it's a couple 2x6s and a 2x12 in the middle, and then these magnet buffers. Now, of course, LEGO doesn't make the wheels or the magnet buffers in dark bluish gray, so you can use black or light bluish gray. I think black would look better on this and also be more cheap. So here we go. For base, I'm just going to use a 6x12 and a 6x6. Since I don't have any 6x16s. So anyway, I need a 2x6 at the end as well, since this is 18 long. So yeah. Now, I want to do something in the middle, so I'm going to make this little assembly. So I'm going to take this 2x8 plate with a slide. Corner bricks here and here. Just one of these profile bricks. I prefer to have the vertical side facing the front, and then a couple of inverted slopes. May not look like much, but I think it looks nice. And just do that. Now, to give it some strength, take a couple 1x6 plates. Now, I want to put them right where these corner bricks are, so it makes it look like it's going through it. Let's give it the illusion. Now, this build was heavily inspired by a refrigerated box car that Robin of Bricks made on his channel. I'll link that video down below for you to check out. It's not the exact same. I've made modifications to it a lot. But it was inspired by it, like the middle section with it going through. I think that was very nice, but it definitely made several modifications. So now we'll take the normal train end pieces. You can do them in any color. I just have some in dark bluish gray, so I'm gonna use those. And then on either end, it doesn't matter, you need 2 ladders. So whichever end this is gonna be, this is where all the workings for the refrigerated box car will be. So a couple of my 2 plates, and he used doors that actually open like this. But actually, I'm going to use these 1x8 plates with slide because I have some special pieces to use for this. You probably saw in the thumbnail. And then 1x4 plates to fill in these gaps. Now in the middle, where the box car is actually going to be, since it's refrigerated, I thought I'd make the center white, or just the bottom. Make it look like snow or ice. And there we go. It's a simple base. Let me get my drawer real quick. I'm just going to grab a couple of these containers. This one has a crab on it, which I use these 2 round ones, these round barrels, which I use one of these 3 long, probably 3.5 maybe, 3 long axles, whatever, with the stud on top. And then I put that on the bottom of the crab and then stick it in here because there's an axle hole in there. So yeah, I just thought it looked nice, and then I got this one here too, which I'll probably just set right there. You probably won't see it because I got other stuff going in here, so yeah. Now we're gonna get work on the main section. Now I have a lot of stuff, these parts in here. I'm gonna take some out that are for this box car here because I don't need them currently. So I'll set them to one side. couple of these, and that should be it. Okay. Alrighty. Alrighty, so I'm gonna spread these out so I can actually see all the pieces. Okay, so now we're going to make these sections, which are just a bunch of 1x2 bricks with the channel in the middle, 5 of them stacked on top of each other. The reason why I did the 1x2x5s is because I wanted a stripe, so I chose a dark or light blue stripe rather. So yeah, you can probably just easily tell what it is just by looking at it. I decided that, you know, I might as well build one, even though you can definitely tell what it is. So it's 6 of these total. Luckily, I had a bunch of these from fire station sets rather, because they come with a lot of these. If they don't have them over at 2x5 like enough, then they use a bunch of these. So I had enough, and in my bluish gray too. So we're gonna set one here, give it 2 stud space gap there, and make sure you leave 6 studs here. That's gonna be where we load and unload whatever you're transporting in here. It could really be anything you want. I might have to move this crab actually, now I think about it. I might have to move it over one. So I think I'll probably move this 2x2 container here and this one here. Hopefully that'll still fit. Okay. Now we're gonna fill in this section here, and it's this assembly, just a couple of my 2 bricks, profile brick, and this. So once again, I decided not to put it together and just do it on camera. So it's like that. Very simple indeed, and horizontal, or no, vertical rather. The vertical version of it is sticking out. Okay, that fits good. So yeah. And then for the back, all the pieces. Okay, so my 4 brick and then 2 of these profile bricks, and these will be horizontal this time, and then the panel 1x4x3 white. That's why I was worried about this, because I wanted the panel to stick out, or rather have the gap on the outside rather than the inside. Okay. Now we're gonna pause on this section because we gotta make the front section here. Move all these aside. Okay. So this will be where all the workings are. Oops. It's rolling away. Okay, so I have the studio file looked up on my left on my computer because I definitely could not remember how to make, I mean this I could probably remember, but definitely not the workings. That would be way too complicated. Okay, so we're set out with, alright, so we got a couple of these profile bricks in black. So you can have this one right here faced in any direction. So this one be vertical facing out, and then we got this one here which will be vertical facing inward. Whoops. Like in towards the inside. Then we got 2 1x1 plates and this 1x1 plate with a clip. Now you could have just done the brick version, but I decided to just do this. And then this binocular piece. Now this is actually very similar to the Maersk container that was a refrigerated container, very similar to that. Then 1x2 drummer plate, and a round brick. So this bottom part is probably exactly the same of how the Maersk container, refrigerated container, was made. Which was using these pieces. So there you go. Alrighty. So now we got a 1x2 corner plate and a 1x2 plate here. Then a 1x4 tile top here. I have to keep looking back and forth because I don't know exactly how I made it. Okay, I think we can start working on the back section. Alrighty, so just a bunch of plates and bricks here. 4 long ones since I didn't want to interfere with this here. Then what was next? Another one, okay. Alrighty, there it is. So we got my 1 plates here, and then a 1x2x2x4 brackets. So we start introducing the brackets. Those are what we're gonna need. Assuming it's just okay. So then it's 1x4 brick and a plate there, and then 1x2x2x2 brackets because I didn't find another 1x4x1x or 1x2x2x4 one, so I'm just using 2 of those. Then just a 1x4 plate on top. Alright, so it's starting to take shape. Okay, now let's fill in these areas here. That's just going to consist of a bunch of bricks and plates, 1x1s. Let me find them all. Oops. Okay. So 1x1 bricks, 3 in white, 1 in dark bush gray, and then 1x1 plates. Top. Oops. Come on. Ow. Try and straighten it out on a flat work surface like this desk right here. Works out. Not perfect, but it definitely helps out. Alright. Then is it on this? Yes, okay, then 1x6 plate across the top. Alright, now let's focus on this part. It consists of alright, so we need 4 plates, which are like this, okay, and then 2x3 plates. In this section here, I'm going to use this 1x4 tile with the usual stuff that you get on trains, like the gauge print and stuff, but I'm going to use it here since I think it looks nice. And then now we can make actual refrigerated. Well, the big vent sections. So take a couple of these 1x4 curved slope bricks with 1x4 plate hanging off. That's very crucial for this. You can't do it with or without. Otherwise, it won't. I mean, I guess you could, but it wouldn't be as structurally sound. So, and then 4 of the 1x1 versions as well. And then I'm just gonna put a bunch of these 1x2 grills all the way down, and dark bush gray and white. There we go, and then stick it in there. Yeah, it might look a bit tall, but that's how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be taller than the roof. Okay, so now this is done. So now we can continue with this section here. So we're gonna take. You need 2x6. I didn't have another one, so you need 2x4, 2x2, and then we need 1x8 plates. But we can't put them in yet because you gotta fit in these great big sliding doors. Now, this is probably the biggest reason this was held off, because I had to get 2 for this and 2 for this boxcar. Glad I didn't get 4 for each, because that would have been a nightmare. Yeah. So this was a very hard piece to get, I will say. So, but I'm glad I didn't get 4 for each, otherwise that would have been way too expensive indeed. All right, let me see how this works. Okay, so it stops there. Yeah. Isn't it? Oh, there we go. Now it comes there. Oh, whatever. At least it still works. This is the first time I've ever used these door pieces. That's so nice. I could like play with that for hours. Now for this one, I'm gonna have them only open towards the back because I don't want this to be covered. Plus, I don't think it would even work with these ladder pieces. So it'd be better to just have them going towards the back of the train. So yeah. Now with Lego, they made 2 boxcars for 2 freight train sets, and they did use 2 doors, but on each side, so 4 doors total, but I think just 2 is enough. Anyway, boxcars only use 1 door. They don't open up like this, they open like this, so I think this is more realistic anyway. Then 1x4 plates and 1x6 plate. Alright, this is really taking shape. These are really sliding. I think I might have to put some pieces down there just to keep them from sliding that much, because they're, especially this one's really loose. I don't know, whatever. Now let's do the roof. Alrighty, so bingo, okay. So we need a 6x10 plate and a 4x6 plate. And then these, now, I don't know how hard these are to get. I didn't actually have to buy them. I actually had about 6 of them, but these are the 4 white ones that I had that were sort of in good condition. Like some of them still have sticker residue on them. One of them was an older one that had like the 1x3 sections here like this all the way down, and it was really yellowed, so I was definitely not using that one. But yeah, so we need a 6 plate there, then 2 of these here, and I didn't do it like this one where I did the 4x3 ones. It's the same slope, but I think this looks better. And then 6 plate. These were also a piece I had to get. Oh yeah, these were my 8 plates I also had to buy because I didn't have any. These ones I had to buy because I needed 4 for this and 2 for this because I need to replace these 2 here. So yeah. That's then a 4x6. Whoops. Now you could cover up these studs, but I think it looks fine without the studs. Yeah, I like it. I don't need these anymore because that's what I was going to use for these, but not anymore. Now before I put it on, I'm going to go ahead and add the load, which is this. Now this was actually stolen from this boxcar, and I replaced it with a new load. And I just added a bunch of fish, just a bunch of food that needs to be cold. So for the top one, I just did a bunch of silver and I don't know, is that light blue, medium blue? I don't know. Fish in that one, and then this one is a mix of orange and blue, and this one's blue silver, some hot dogs, pretzels, and chicken. I just wanted to put a bunch of cold food in there. The crab was going to go in there, but I decided to put it there because I thought that was nice. A tight fit. And then just put it right there, and well, you can't really get it out since the door doesn't go out that far, but at least it's nice. At least you got something in there. Now we can finally put the roof on this thing. And oh, I love that. Yes, that is nice. This is the first time I've actually seen it. It's kind of got some heft to it too. Kind of like this one. Yeah. This one's lighter than this one though. Ooh, yes, I like that a lot. I'm gonna push some of the stuff down. Wow, that looks so nice. Oh, I love it. Okay. Let's stop fantasizing over it. Okay. Now this one, we gotta make some major changes to it. First of all, we gotta add doors. Now, of course, you might think, oh, well, why don't you just add more light bluish gray ones? Well, the problem was that I couldn't actually get 2 more. I had to buy two of them from 2 different sellers on Brickleg because, well, that's how I could. The only way I was gonna get them. There were 5 available. However, some of them have a minimum buy, and if you don't meet that, then you can't purchase it. And some of them had minimum buy. One of them had a minimum buy of $40. So I could not get that. The other 2 had minimum buys that I just couldn't meet. So the only thing I had to do was to choose a different color. And since the Boxcar is red, well, why not choose red doors? And, well, I haven't really tried it out yet. I haven't built this in studio, so I thought, let's try it out and see how it looks. Well, it's not like I'm going to change it to light bluish gray, although that was the initial plan, but whatever. If you notice, this one's actually slightly damaged. Now, this was actually bent, but I kind of bent it back to normal, although it could definitely fall off. So I'm going to try and be careful with that. But yeah. And then I got other parts like these I got to add back because I had to take them off to do those trucks that I made. The cargo trucks with the log and the flatbed with pallets, which I'll link that video down below too. Of course, the place with slide and one by 3. So I'm gonna do that off camera. Well, start to. I gotta get some parts to do the plate layer on top, and we'll be good to go. Awesome. Okay, so we are back, and I have stripped it down all the way to the base. Kind of looks like a flatbed with pallets. As you can tell, this is the pallet that I changed. I made it kind of toxic waste barrels, and as you can see, multiple ones have overflown. I got this one that had its lid completely removed and melted down. Same thing with these ones, but they're just smaller. And I spread a bunch of transparent pieces in the light green color and as well as transparent orange. So yeah. And then if you look down below, you can see it's actually dripping down. And I didn't have it on the nose cone in this green color, so I had to use a minifigure head, which meant I had to indent this plate here is a 1x8 plate with 1x4 tiles, but I had to put a 1x4 plate here and a 1x4 tile there. So yeah, in order for this to work. Still looks good, so that's what I had to move. Still got the container with the nuke, which if you don't know why that is, I'll link the video down below where I reviewed the Boxcar and showing you why there's a nuke in this container here. But anyways, let's get back to it. So I added my 6 plates with the fence pieces back, as well as my 8 plates with the slide. So I'm gonna add back on the walls, which I've made amendments to, which was removing the connection points. That was for the fake door, which were these, which definitely gonna take apart because I need a bunch of these tiles and the plate too, so that's very good. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And then the plate layer, God, that was hard to find all those pieces. But yeah, so go and add the doors. and my plates. Now, I did actually have one of these plates with slide in red. However, I didn't want to find one or just order one, so I decided to just order two. Even though it kind of doesn't really make sense to order two, even though you already have one. It's just whatever. So they're gonna always open like this. And it doesn't look that bad. I think it looks kind of nice. How are they? Oh, yeah. I don't know how that would be. Let me find some 1x2 grills and or just something to go there. Well, I guess a grill would make sense. So probably taco tray. Let me try it out on this real quick. Put here. That just kind of prohibits it from going that way, so that kind of doesn't work. I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with it. It kind of just, like, prohibits it from moving at all. So if I have it, you know, there when it's closed, this piece does not want to come out now because it's stuck under the freaking container, the pallet. Oh, I just broke it. Sure did. Well, that's lovely. Is it able to come out any easier? Oh, lost that. Yeah, it's just, I just can't do that, so. It's only good for that when there's two of them, because then they won't move at all like that. They'll just, when you break them open, they'll open like that, and when they close, they won't move side to side. It's just not when you only have one door that it won't work, so. Oh well, whatever. Anyways, let's put on main plates. And yes, I ran out of all my 4 plates. I would have had enough if I had any 1x6 plates in red. I've just used a bunch of them for my fire trucks, so I don't have a lot. Oh yeah, I gotta. Oh my god, I forgot. I have them under here. Wow. I completely forgot about that. I had them to fill the little gap that was under the fake doors. Okay, well, that solved that problem. That is priceless. Alright, so put all these pieces aside now. I'll take care of that after the video is done. So it's still 2 separate pieces, but there we go. There is the completed boxcar and refrigerated boxcar. And yes, one is definitely taller than me. Well, actually, I don't know, actually. I think they are actually the same height. I think just one looks taller than the other. Just by a hair, probably. Not even by a plate. I think from here it looks like this one's taller than the other one, but on camera they look literally the exact same height. I think just something's wrong with this one. I don't know. But anyways, that's it. I'm so glad I finally got this project done. This was very long awaited, like I said. So yeah, definitely have problems with this. I mean, that's so easy to open and close, but whatever. Well, that's pretty much it for this video. So happy about this. Well, anyways, I think that's about it for this video. So, hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.